Attention gamers. Last month I had the brilliant idea to go reverse smurfing in Challenger as a Hardstuck Silver player to see if I could blend in with their ranks, and spoiler alert, I ended up making a total fool of myself, as it seemed like everyone else was Nikocado Avocado always 2 steps ahead of me the entire time, resulting in many backseaters doubting that I'm even a silver player. So first things first, suck my nuts, don't doubt these prestigious creds, but second, I'm a firm believer that I can compete in higher ranks, so today I am doubling down on my copious amounts of coping by actually going undercover in a diamond ranked game as a silver player with the hopes of blending in or even hard carrying. So if you are someone hard stuck down in the pits of elo hell and you believe that you could survive at a much higher rank, then let this serve as an educational video for you to either be proven right or terribly wrong. Now please politely smurf on my subscribe button and thank Tappin.gg for shoving singles down my bra, as we'll give them their praise later, and let's get into the first game. Alright, so remember, the goal here is to blend in, but my cover is instantly in jeopardy when they bring up me not taking barrier, and while I wanted to say as I'm Hardstuck Silver who plays too much WoW, I just played it off like it was intentional. We were against one of those piss-awful early game dragon tadpoles and my support was the knees of the bees, so I was actually getting some pressure on them early. Not to mention we door-dashed a weaponized scorpion who distracted their carry while I played melee marksman against the simping Spartan, which ended up getting us the first kill down here. Then I guess I should have noticed a tsunami-sized wave of hooded midget employees crashing and just backed up, but instead I volunteered to get curb stomped, which forced a trade where I felt like if I kept right-clicking instead of just running I wouldn't look scared like a silver player, and thanks to my homie the tower it was looking successful until I just had to run straight past the balloon's tower defense fire lizard to make it absolutely not worth. And then the bad habits of a Hardstuck started compounding as I just wanted to fight without realizing that Pantheon and Smolder's mom were carpooling back to lane, which left me thinking I'm dick, but luckily this pants seemed to be undercover himself and I got bailed out by my jungler visiting down once again, who kidnapped the pyrocleptic baby bird, and it all worked out. At this point in the game we were even if not the better bot lane, and I was feeling confident even if at times my greedy inner Silver City boy came out to play. But I guess I was too busy huffing copium straight out of my own asshole to realize that my support was roaming. I had less vision than Helen Keller in a wind tunnel, and in this elo there's only one way a gross misplay like that ends. That said, no one was flaming me yet, and thanks to Scotty the Scorpion practically laning with me and the Bon boy, I could just keep right clicking and making it seem like I fit in. Call me crazy, but I was hitting my groove, as there were times where I was most definitely the carry, getting more pressure on the other team, thinking haha, if only they knew I cry myself to sleep on a bed of silver every night, as we even got our team's first tower. And if you ignore the fact that I ignored my map, I thought things were going okay, but this is where things started going downhill. I just autopiloted mid because in my piss pit elo I've been trained as an ADC to go mid after bot tower has been breached, no matter what else is happening in the game, where I will then play farm simulator ARAM until we eventually lose and I blame someone else for the loss, but that apparently is a dead giveaway that I don't belong in diamond. To make matters worse, their How to Train Your Dragon learned how to get 2 levels ahead of me in lane, and now her fire saliva isn't feeling good, not to mention some asshole thought I was the one who stole his cigar and clearly wasn't happy about it. Our top was a Vayne who was currently defending the split push while I was drooling over my own slobber, more out of position than a Coke can at a Pepsi factory, acting like it's my job to distract the enemy team and die so that we could get dragon, which started the flame. Vanya made the statement that I should have gone top, which I guess I'm way too stupid to even know why that's the accusation when she was top and we were fighting over dragon, but the verbal berating continued. I started trying even harder to be involved in kills as my cover was close to being blown, as Gosu now had her toxic little eyes on me. It didn't help that I had the map awareness of a burnt toaster strudel paired with the fact that Diamond Akali players can apparently take direct flights from Timbuktu straight to my anus, and here it happened. Just over 20 minutes into my first diamond game my identity was questioned, accused of being either autofilled or having bought my account. I tried to play it cool, saying I was distracted and hoping that I could make them take their borderline accurate accusations back. The tilted tumbler was going AWOL levels of aggression, but I figured if I could somehow befriend the enemy maybe she would drop the charges against me being an imposter, so I tried to be positive. I knew their Pantheon was a state-certified absolute dipshit, so I made sure I was around every time he would get caught, but it was bound to happen. My mere presence breathing her air was enough to piss her off to the point where she doubled down on my ineptitude, saying I was win trading, bad, disgusting, and they were right. The first game ended and I think it's safe to say my first attempt at being undercover was a massive failure. Game 2 I decided to try something that I thought was brain dead easy. Garen mid. And let's just say that didn't go too well either. It wasn't long before someone was saying boosted in chat. But the joke of this game was I did turn my brain completely on battery saving mode, and every time I would get caught I would just ult someone, which would make it an even trade, and this absolute donkey behavior did end up resulting in a win and a promotion, but I still got called boosted and the LeBlanc I laned against did go legendary, so I figured if I were to pull this off, I would need a coach, as I thought if only there was a site that had tons of experienced coaches for an affordable price. If only there was a site with a high trust pilot rating so that I wouldn't get scammed again by some shady chick asking for PayPal payments. Psych, there is a site for that, it's called tapin.gg. I hired a coach off of there, got this Italian stallion of a stud, and he was going to be my ticket to staying undercover in Diamond.
Well, I see you need coaching, so maybe something is going wrong.
And as a bonus I didn't tell him I am actually Hardstuck Silver, because I figured if I can't fool my teammates into thinking I'm Diamond, maybe I can make this coach believe it. But I told him to be firm with me, blunt like a solo queue teammate, and immediately he was just chock full of little tidbits I never thought about before.
So first of all, you always want to pick first, right? Like, you don't let your support first pick, because else they could have taken Morgana, okay? You always first pick MF because it's really strong. Think about a counter pick of MF. There's basically nothing. The only good counter pick of MF, it's Braum.
I get to lane late because I took a timely piss, and then I immediately defied Diamond gameplay before he even thinks he needs to call it out.
Careful with the bush. Yeah, you stay more high.
But things stabilize and normally I'm brain off right clicking, but he tells me what I should be thinking about.
Remember, there could be a 3 vs 3 here. Where's the enemy jungler?
And so when my Teemo comes in, my Blitzcrank dislocates his arm in an inaccurate way and we get a little bit of poking on them. I stick around to be part of the fun, but I guess when he said to look out for a 3v3 he was holding a crystal ball in his gamer paws, and I was all for making like a fart and blowing this shithole, but he had other plans.
You can still fight. You auto. Keep Wing. W. Get back. You have to flash. Flash already. Don't wait. Yeah, keep hitting. Keep. Keep going. Yes, you still have barrier. Good. You did really well, yeah.
But him telling me I did really well would only last so long, when a few seconds later I was clearly getting baited, but I guess he assumed I could do the most basic combo in the game.
Actually, you just have to Q out for this guy, he dies. One out, no, don't bait. It's a fucking barrier. Oh man.
I blamed it on my settings, which is what true silver players do, but I could tell he was already wondering how I got to Diamond in the first place. But regardless of him seeing me look for my missing brain cells all over the map, he was still trying to help me perform in lane better.
Come on, trade the guy though. No, here you trade. Why don't you trade the guys? You could trade that. I know the enemy is here, now you just go back. Good, nice kill.
And while I thought everything was going well in lane, he knew something was wrong.
You're getting baited a bit here, no? Stay more back. Oh.
And I guess I could have listened to him or be placed one of my wards on the ground, but instead I showed him how we do it in the Goldie Low ghetto by praying to get a kill in return and calling it worth. That said, for all the years I've been playing this game, I never thought to do some of the super obvious tips he was giving me.
You just wanna stay more near to the minion, come on, there's no one. So stay near the minion that you want to last hit, then you press right click as soon as you see it. Okay? Just press S, stand still. S is stand still, and then you just hit it when you're there. Okay? Like this. Yep. If you do it like that, 100% you improve your farm like that. It's so fucking easy.
And I could hear the stress in his voice at my typical pathing.
It's no, only here.
But he continued reminding me of how I should be playing the lane.
Check for an angle. Like, you see guys is behind a minion, kill the fucking minion. You know? Yeah, easy. Boom. That's it. You make space. Good.
And this was working in terms of keeping my true identity hidden from my teammates, as we even got a kill and he seemed happy, but then he noticed something a bit off for a diamond player.
The farm is unbearably fucking shit, okay? Like, we need to improve on that. Farm bad with the map, I don't even want to see your head, you know? Like, keep pushing the wave.
I had almost 500 left in the bank, but he tells me not to buy another long sword, so I ask why.
But you prefer to try to close the Sensiver. Let's suppose you go back to lane and you die here instantly, then you can't afford the Essence River.
Which to me means he has zero confidence in me not dying immediately.
No. It's could happen to me as well.
And I'm starting to be able to tell that he's confused as to why a diamond player is making dumb mistakes by his tone.
Come on, push fast, push fast. Why the fuck do you wait? Push fast, fast, fast. More to left. Don't walk up, don't walk up. You have no info.
But I just needed a fight to show off my true skill and to knock him off his scent.
Maybe you could play it a bit better, but I don't.
That said, with him in my ear, at least I won't be called a win trader because he is explaining why I need to be rotating to other lanes.
Now you rotate back to bot after this wave, okay? It's just that basically when someone comes to help you and he pushes the wave, you just go to take his.
Is it wrong to tape a Yumi poster to the ceiling above my bed?
You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's not me, it's you. Huh? You mean?
But as we are getting to the mid game, he is continuing to show me how I should be thinking.
Let's place fusion for the Herald. You place one word on the Herald and call for Herald, okay? You can take this shit in the meanwhile.
While giving me insights that I would never have thought about before.
At minute 14, you don't care about defending bot lane tower, okay? You just want to defend mid lane and the Herald. It's not that it's simply the value of the bot tower is not the tag. Like it's 200 gold maybe. So it's less than a kill.
And I'm all for creating an environment where people can flame me, as you can hear him get progressively more blunt throughout the game.
Why do you walk up so much with your fucking body? Stay on the tower and chill out.
That said, even on the plays that I thought I was doing well enough to blend in, I could tell I wasn't fooling him anymore.
Why do you ult here? Auto Q, auto Q out. You don't. You could stop it and just
I push up to tower expecting to peace out like a hippie the first time I see an enemy, but he gives me the confidence to stay.
You're fine, by the way. Fight it. Auto Q out.
And it worked out every time.
Keep taking the tower.
But little things that are apparently second nature for diamond players, I was continuing to fuck up.
So you do one out on blue, one out on gromp, one out on blue, one out on gromp. You press W, Q auto, and you take out the first one on W. It's a bit hard, eh? You see, like you screwed up a bit, but it's still fine.
It was also at this point I learned that resetting is apparently a skill to be worked on.
Get out. You take the plant. Your resets are really shit when you play, Jesus Christ.
As I immediately ignored his advice by resetting like shit again.
You know, when I say reset, it doesn't mean that you have to reset on the place. You can flash if needed. Again, another time. You overstand and you reset like shit.
And as late game approached, and being a silver player, I typically just turned my brain completely off. The cracks in my fake identity were starting to show.
Go back. Yes. Good position. Get out! Why do you go back in?
And my pathing as a late game ADC into unwarded bushes wasn't helping.
Careful, no. Oh, yo! What are you doing? Jesus fucking Christ.
So when one last team fight broke out and I was about as useful as a television set at a Mormon's house, he had officially seen enough.
I saw everything that we needed to see. It's no problem. This game is probably lost, I'd say.
We lost, and I was hoping he just thought I had a bad game, to which he said,
I am from U West. If they told me that you were D3, you know, in U West, I will never ever say that, okay? Your ability is farther low of this elo, but it's not a bad thing. It simply means that you can improve a lot on many other things, okay?
But he saw a player in need and stayed with me for another hour for free, showing me clever combos that let you sneak 3 autos into a short window that most people don't know about MF. He explained new terminology for me to use on first dates.
Parallel trading.
And he gave me homework and practice to make me a better ADC, but after all this work it was time for me to confess to him my real identity.
I've been lying to you this whole time. I'm not actually a diamond player.
Yeah, I know.
So with that, I want to say thanks to Tappin.gg for being the safest, most reliable way to get coaches and duos like this guy. We're using my link below, or this code will get you 20% off your next 3 orders. And now I'm gonna go eat my humble pie because I was not able to stay undercover in diamond. Rav out.